A warning: with your 2018 tax season heating up, scammers may have their sights set on your tax refund. And this year, thieves have more ammo than ever before.
Always got to be careful about scammers. That's why we have financial expert Brad Allen with wealthwisconsin.com here to discuss the steps filers should take to protect their refund and their identity. This is important stuff, right?
It is. You know, we had that big Equifax breach last fall, and with that, a lot of identities were stolen, including Social Security numbers. And a lot of these scammers are using Social Security numbers to file fake returns and get a refund back. So, unfortunately, a lot of the precautions people took, like the credit freezing, credit monitoring, it doesn't help with tax ID theft.
Okay. So what should one do then?
Well, number one is you want to file as soon as possible. As soon as you have all the information you need, get it in. Because as soon as they get that, they get the first legitimate tax return. If another one comes in under your name, they're going to catch it right away. So as soon as you can. If you're waiting on paperwork, have everything ready to go. And when you get that paperwork, send it in right away.
All right, so what do you do if you think someone has been a victim of this ID theft?
Yeah, I mean, you want to watch out for red flags. The IRS is looking at different things with Social Security. So if you have a W-2 from a company you've never worked at, that's a red flag.
That should be.
If you have income on your W-2 that you know you didn't have, that's a red flag too. So you want to contact the IRS as soon as you can.
So when you work through this, I mean, have you seen this? Have you talked to people where they kind of like, oh wow, that's happened to me?
I mean, you really have to be your own advocate. Be secure. So when you're doing it on your computer, like a TurboTax or something.
So we were talking about that, right? We do online.
You want to have the antivirus software. You want to have the firewalls. You want to make sure you're not using a public Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that would be smart, right?
Who would do their taxes with a public Wi-Fi?
So don't do it at the coffee shop.
Right. Because hackers can get in there. They can see everything, and you're putting all your information on these documents. So make sure it's a private Wi-Fi with a password. If you have paper copies of everything, make sure that's secure. If you're not, don't just leave it on your desk. Lock it up. Make sure it's safe.
Any final words before we get ready to deal with our daunting taxes?
Adjust your withholding for next year. Ideally, you don't want to have anything come back. You don't want to owe anything. You don't want to get anything back. You look at the time value of money, which means you're getting money throughout the year that you can invest rather than waiting until tax time to get a big lump.
So this is an important point. Now, because what's kind of confusing them folks, that they have seen this year that their paychecks are more because of the tax cut that was passed last year.
Right.
But until you file next year for this year, you won't see some of the other exemptions and benefits, right?
Right, yeah. But your standard deduction will double, so that might help a lot of people.
Next year, right?
Next year, yeah.
You think that'll
2018.
help?
It might. A lot of retirees out there and some of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all things to keep in mind. Thank you very much for walking us through that. If you have a question for our experts, email them at asktheexpert@today'stmj4.com. You can always leave a voicemail. We'll listen to it. Give us a call.